They told you illegal immigrants were victims. They told you deportation was cruel. They also told you that the system was broken, but now they're fleeing America before ICE even knocks, and the media caught red-handed. CNN just admitted something they never wanted to hear, and thanks to a leaked video, the lies are collapsed.
I love to work.
He was only 16 when he arrived in San Francisco in 2007 in search of opportunities. But after all these years, he's still undocumented. And now he says it's time to go back to Yucatan, Mexico, on his own terms, and not in handcuffs, as he's recently seen happen to others on the news.
The way that they're being detained, it's unfair because they've been treated like animals. We only come to this country to work. We don't come to look for problems.
For the last 5 years, Victor has worked alongside the Mecable brothers at their popular Masra restaurants. They started the business without much experience and credit Victor for the successful launch of their Redwood City location.
As cliche as this is, though, to the employees, and I mean, these people, like, even calling them employees feels off. They're literally my coworkers. Like, I see these people more than I see my family, and they come in, put in countless hours, so much love into the food.
When they found out Victor was leaving, his bosses wanted to make sure he knew how much they appreciate him.
You know, Victor's been essential to the restaurant, to the development, really the menu, the staff, a lot of people he brought in. He's always been a leader.
According to the American Immigration Council, of the 13 million undocumented immigrants in the U.S., the vast majority don't have a pathway to legal status, meaning they can't wait their turn in line because there is no line. A few years ago, Victor says he applied for a U visa, a humanitarian path to legal residency for victims of certain crimes, after he was robbed at knife point outside a bank in San Francisco. But years later, he's still waiting.
When I go on the bank get cash, some people is follow me for my car, and he's put me the knife, and he's take me everything, my phone, my money.
For Victor, this goodbye is bittersweet. He doesn't want to leave, but says he also has family waiting for him back home, including a son who he last saw as a baby.
So now I need to go back to Mexico because I have my family there. My mom is old, so I not see it for a long time. And then my son too, I not see it for a long time. So all my family is there.
Jordan Mecable says the recent ICE arrests in the Bay Area have also shaken the rest of the team.
I was kind of messed with the employees' morals. You know, they're just like, they're not as happy, or they're afraid to go to that court date. You know, this block could be hit. If something like that ever did occur, I'm telling you, I feel like a lot of businesses will be going out.
For Victor, he says, it's time to put his life and family first.
1,000 times. Go see your family, because you never know what could happen. Today I'm here telling you this, but I don't know what could happen. I don't know if I'll be able to get there.
Victor, my ceviche making king, like whether you're in Mexico, whether you're in outer space, man, I know we're going to be seeing you again. I love you to death, man, and I'm sure we're going to have you in here flipping some kebabs soon, hopefully, man, all right? Just don't hold your breath.
Victor has booked a one-way ticket for this month. He says he did speak to an immigration attorney of the possibility of continuing his humanitarian visa process in Mexico. It's unclear how many immigrants have self-deported, but employment numbers show about 1 million foreign-born workers have exited the workforce since March. I'm Hilda Gutierrez, NBC Bay Area. We investigate.
Well, you heard that right. He didn't get detained. He didn't get raided. He left on his own. Because Trump's immigration crackdown is super effective. Even fear is doing a deport now. Let that sink in. The man worked here for 15 years and the pressure finally broke him. But the left is calling this, cruel or inhumane. No, this is accountability, my friend. And we've been lied to for years that this day would never come. Well, you have at least. And if you think that's powerful, wait until you see what CNN just had to admit on live TV.
undocumented immigrants. So we have slightly different questions, but these were all taken within the last month. And there's real uniformity here. That's what I really think you see. You see real uniformity. Deported all immigrants who are here illegally, 55% of the New York Times. Marquette, 64%. CBS News, 57%. ABC News with a slightly different question, 56%. So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers because they're all essentially the same across 4 different pollsters.
So if they say yes today-ish, how has that changed over time?
Yeah, this is where I think you get very interesting. And so we'll take a look at that ABC News question in particular because you can really see that there's been a massive shift from when Trump was first getting into office 8 years ago, right? Deport all undocumented immigrants. You go back to 2015, I'm going to come to your side of the screen, it was 42%. Hello. Go to 2016, it was 36%. Look at where we are now. This was taken at the end of last year, 56%. This is 20 points higher than it was just before Trump got into office the first time. So feelings towards immigration in this country, feelings towards undocumented immigrants and deporting all of them have become considerably more hawkish, and I think that gives Donald Trump much more leverage to go with the American people and sort of have these hawkish, some might say harsh, different rhetoric and also issue-based sort of going after immigrants who are here illegally. And so I think the American people are going to give Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt to do what he wants to do, at least if you believe these blunt questions, including this one.
How about immigration levels?
Yeah, okay. So this sort of goes in line with that, right? Which is, again, trying to get at the underlying feelings. Want immigration levels decreased. This includes legal and illegal immigration. Look at this. Last year, 55%. That is the highest level since the 9/11 aftermath. You go back just to 2020.
And this, again, legal and illegal. So people want less people coming into the country.
Exactly. They want less people coming into the country. Look at that. That's a 14-point rise from 2023. You go back to 2016 when Donald Trump again was running for president the first time. It was 38%. That's a 17-point rise. So the bottom line is more folks want people who are here illegally deported, and their overall feelings towards immigration have become considerably more hawkish since Donald Trump was first getting into office, Kate.
Yep, that's not Fox News. That's not a MAGA rally. That's CNN, and they just admitted that the majority of Americans are done playing nice. Bravo. Bravo. And guess what? That 64% includes Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, and legal immigrants who play by the rules. But while CNN fumbled their truth bomb, another lie got torched thanks to a video that exposed one of the biggest smears of the year. Killmar Garcia torture video. What? Now, the better half of this has no audio, so let's just watch in suspense. If you're somebody watching in podcast style, meaning you're working and somebody is playing, I'm going to just say, hey, watch it later. No, but just look at this. This is him being allegedly tortured, y'all. Meals, TV, movies. I got over there.
Chris, nice to meet you. Senator from Maryland.
¿Cuál es su situación actual? Ahorita yo estoy aislado de toda la vida.
Did you have a sense of his health, his well-being? Did you sense, get any indication that he'd been abused?
I did not get that sense. Look, you never know, but I asked him if he was okay. He said yes. He said he has a blood pressure condition. He has seen a doctor. So, you know, on a very cursory examination, he appeared okay.
This goes on for about another minute and a half, y'all. But this is the torture video that they warned us about. What is this, a routine health check they got going on right here? Look like another routine health check. Like yet another routine health check. Okay, that could be a different angle. I don't know. That could be a different angle too. I don't know. I'm seeing fish farming program, sports and recreational activities. My guy out here getting healthy. You know his Maha right now. Wow. Mental wellness activities, gardening. What? So this man is gardening, watching TV, playing soccer. This wasn't torture. This is a vacation rehab. Man, the left cries. If anything, he looked more upset that he was getting away from all that, vacation that he was just doing. And the left was crying, foul play and all this other stuff. They weaponized empathy. They told the world that Trump was sending people to their deaths. But all that outrage evaporated once this footage dropped. Killmar wasn't a victim, yo. He was a well-fed, coddled guest at best. And while they were crying racism and oppression, another voice tried to flip the entire story upside down. Let's go.
Why do you think they're targeting us so heavily? Why do you think the hatred and racism against us has intensified? It's always been there. It's always been there. We've always felt it. But in the last few years, and specifically the last few months, it's excessive, right? It's because of this. Because they feel threatened. They can't compete. The only way to do so is to literally kick us out of the country, kill us, or feed us to alligators, I guess. They can't compete. The stereotype that we're just the people who clean your toilets and mow your lawn, that no longer holds up. We're your lawyers, we're your doctors, we're your kids' teachers, we're your therapists, and we're bilingual. So we will always, always, always be more qualified for any job. Why do you think they're targeting us so heavily?
You know what's wild? Every time we enforce the immigration laws, somebody screams racism, even if the law is colorblind. She said illegals are more qualified. Let's be clear. It's not about qualifications. It's about legality. We don't deport people because we're jealous. We deport people because they broke the law. And I'm telling y'all, that's the part that these people keep trying to erase. But if that clip made you shake your head like me, the next one will make your jaw drop. This guy right here. On July 2nd, let me back out of this. On July 2nd, ICE arrested Mexican boxer and criminal illegal alien Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He is now being processed for expedited removal from the United States. This I don't know how to say that, cartel affiliate has an active arrest warrant in Mexico for his involvement in organized crime and trafficking firearms. How you say this? Ammunitions. Oh yeah, ammunitions and explosives. I've never seen ammunition wrote out all the way. Anywho, under President Trump, no one is above the law, including world famous athletes. Our message to any cartel affiliates in the U.S. is clear. We will find you and you will face consequences. The days of unchecked cartel violence are over. Yeah, this wasn't a landscaper. This wasn't a farmhand. This was a celebrity with active cartel connections, allegedly, walking free in California under Biden. He was welcomed back into this country under Trump. Look, man, round 12 is over, okay? And if you think the arrest was just talk, here's the video that proves the gloves were off.
You do, ¿want me to search you? Put the gloves on if you want me to. ¿No tienes algo, sus zapatos?
No.
¿Pocillos?
Nada.
¿No tienes nada?
Mi celular aquí en la bolsa de atrás.
Aquí has a
And a ver. No tienes nada contigo, ¿verdad? No.
He has pockets in the front of the jacket.
¿El teléfono? Sí. El phone. I know when you're ready, dude. Oh, it's on Ay, no le informan a mi abogado lo de cuando ya tengo una orden. Te vamos a llamar, vamos a dar llamada. Sí, pero por ejemplo, él no me hubiera avisado, oye, tengo una orden.
I'm sorry to say it, but that's what justice looks like. No hashtags or sympathy posts or sob stories. This is ICE doing his job in America, getting safer. And if you notice, I mean, you know who's nervous now. Every person who thought, I'll never be caught. Like I told y'all, they told us that this day was never come. They said Trump plan would never work, but the truth leak and the fear is setting in. So let me be clear. This isn't about racism. It's restoration, okay? And no matter how loud they cry, the facts don't bend for feelings. Y'all be safe. Go check with somebody today. Happy Independence Day. You could be saving their life if you do so. Peace.